Hello. Um, my name is Isaac. I am a first year student at Western University. This is my summer after finishing my first year. It is currently 3:35 a.m. Sunday, June 21st. I am recording this video because one of my friends has recently started their own YouTube channel and they decided to ask me to make another video of my own. I had thoughts about making videos before, but I don't know, those are just hoop dreams. Found other ways to score, but I still did kind of want to do this, so might as well just do it. I'm only 18. My 19th birthday is coming up this year, but as such, I'm not very experienced with life. Still technically an adult, but doesn't make me any more mature than the next person. But, well, I'm just gonna talk a little bit about my life, just some things that I wanted to say. So growing up, I wasn't very animated, didn't have much, didn't really express myself much. I was just relatively calm, didn't have a lot of, energy. But I guess I did have my occasional bursts of giggly energy, I guess. But, well, as such, going through COVID, not a great experience. I wasn't a very happy camper. I was only 13 or 14, so didn't really know anything either. I was just a kid. But it was around this time that I discovered a little bit nerdy, but a passion of mine, reading manga. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? It originally started with my love for Pokemon, because I was a big Pokemon kid, and whenever I went to the public library, I would just beeline for the manga section, because that was where all the Pokemon Adventures manga was. Reading all the manga, so fun, great experience. There was never, for some reason, I could never find volume 1 of anything, but great experience. But as time went on, my interest started to expand, going into anime and things like that, starting with Naruto, but usually starts with Pokemon. So COVID era, I found manga. I was reading a lot of manga, so much manga, just random slop that I found on like recently updated lists or like classics that had recently ended, and they were incredible. Slop is slop, but so many stories. Reading more and more of these stories, these stories that could only be expressed through like this medium of a combination of images and words. It doesn't sound that profound at all, but it was everything to me back then. Plus Minecraft, because I was a kid. It still kind of is, but it's slightly more mature than that. Yeah, honestly, I think Minecraft, reading manga, things like that, ruined my sleep schedule. And nothing's really changed since then. I'm still staying up until 3:40 a.m. this current time. It is 3:40 a.m. right now. But anyway, so many manga. All of them, like, they have their patterns, same formulas, cliches, things like that. But some of the stories were life-changing. So, large example, Attack on Titan. This was the first manga, or I guess any story of any medium that actually made me cry. Actual tears flowing down my face. Childish, but it was Attack on Titan. And I was like 15 or 16. But all the times before when I felt tears coming from movies or books or things like that, I'll just not let it flow. But this was a little bit different. My favorite book for a long time was The Fault in Our Stars, because it was the closest book, or the closest thing that had me to crying. Or how do I put this? I think I put it pretty nicely. Reading it, I almost cried, and I was really disappointed that I didn't cry. But it was still my favorite book because it got me really close to crying. But reading Attack on Titan, it was around the time season 4 started. I guess it was in the middle of airing. But I was like, I'm gonna read ahead because I like this. I like this story. This is a great story. It was 4 a.m. I was on my iPad because I didn't have a phone back then. It was a school night. I was just reading away, and the waterworks, I just let them go. Attack on Titan was special because it's not the story that was special, but it was to me the first time I realized what stories are for. Stories exist so that we can relate to them and feel the comfort in being understood. Pretty profound. First, I was pretty proud of that when I wrote that down. So, not all stories are this way. There's a lot of slop out there, but what might not relate to you may be what changes another person's life. One such manga is my favorite of all time, Vagabond. It's a story of a man training himself to become stronger, to become the strongest under the heavens. And he lives on a path, a cycle of violence, fighting those, and killing those he thinks are stronger than him. Finding out that he can defeat them and thinking he is one step closer to becoming the strongest under the heavens. But after climbing all of these mountains, he realizes there's more and more mountains across the valleys, across the land. And he soon comes to realize that true strength is kindness. And oh my gosh, when I read that was the influence, oh my goodness. Ooh. All 327 chapters of this unfinished manga, I reread it multiple times, so many times, because of just how special it was to me. True strength is kindness. That was incredible reading that for the first time. And I think stories have that effect on people. I wish I was a better speaker so that I could convey this in a better way, but everyone has their own stories. In your story, you're the main character. But to other people, you're just side character B, C, D, maybe even not even a side character, just a background character. But sometimes the side characters have a profound effect on the main character. For example, the weightlifting club in Mob Psycho. Great characters. I want to be strong. That's why I go to the gym. I study up. I try to get smarter. I build strength in different avenues. But I know true strength comes from kindness. So I'm inclined to stay kind. Be a positive side character. Maybe even become the fan favorite. Hoop dreams. So I just wanted to make this video just to say, be kind. Have a positive effect on other people's stories. Because what you don't know about another person, you might be able to influence. And you might be able to become a positive side character. You might be able to put a smile on another person's face. Thank you for listening. This is my first video. I'm pretty proud of it.